Τώρα για τον κίνδυνο της τρομοκρατίας μετά το νέο μακελιό στην Κωνσταντινούπολη, αλλά και τους πιθανούς στόχους των τζιχαντιστών στην Ευρώπη, μίλησε στον Α ο πρώην επικεφαλής του ΝΑΤΟ, Τζέιμς Σταυρίδη. Ο ελληνικής καταγωγής ναύαρχος Σταυρίδης εκτιμά ότι ο ISIS επιδιώκει να αποσταθεροποιήσει την Τουρκία. Για την Ελλάδα τώρα θεωρεί ότι δεν είμαστε στόχος, καθώς όπως λέει οι τζιχαντιστές θέλουν να εκδικηθούν τις χώρες που πολεμούν εναντίον τους.
Admiral Stavridis, thank you so much for joining Alpha News Bulletin. First of all, we have another terrorist attack in Istanbul today. More than 10 people were killed, and most of them were Germans.
I think this appears very clearly, Irini, to be the work of the Islamic State. Those coming across the border into Turkey, they want to destabilize Turkey as much as they can because they feel this will keep Turkey from intervening decisively in the conflict in Syria. So unfortunately, I predict further terrorist attacks in Turkey.
Do you think that the fact that Germans were among the dead, do you think that the target was to hit tourists, to hit European people?
My guess is that this was targeted against tourists generally, and it's an attempt to harm the tourist trade on the part of Turkey, which is an important part of their economy.
Do you think that Greece is in danger? We know that Greece is a crossroad. Lots of people come to Greece and then they try to go to Northern Europe.
Is Greece in danger? I think yes, but perhaps not as much a target as Turkey, as France, as Great Britain, as Germany, and other nations that have already committed fairly large numbers of troops against the Islamic State, to include the United States.
In the past, you have talked about ground forces in specific regions concerning the Islamic State.
What's needed is a greater effort, similar to what we all did together in Afghanistan. That means a training mission, probably 15,000 military personnel from the alliance, who then train the Iraqi security forces on the Iraqi side of this and work with our Arab partners, Jordan, Egypt, and other Sunni states on the Syrian side of the equation. So I would say NATO needs to be in the lead, but not with combat troops on the ground. It's necessary that we use the Iraqi security forces pushing up from the south against the Islamic State, the Kurdish military coming down from the north, and in Syria we're going to need a Jordanian, Egyptian, and other Arab nations.
We should have in mind that they have talked about joint patrols concerning Turkey and Greece. How possible is that?
As we know, there are occasionally disputes between Turkey and Greece about territorial seas and airspace in the Aegean, but in facing this migrant crisis, I would be hopeful that the two nations could in fact work together. Turkey is a nation that has a lot of instability all the way around it. So that can make it more difficult for Greece working alongside Turkey in everything from humanitarian work, joint patrols.
We have another dispute between Turkey and Russia because Turkey has shot down a Russian aircraft. What do you think about this? Are we going to have a solution to this dispute?
What you see is two very strong nationalist leaders. I don't predict open conflict between Russia and Turkey, but I think their relationship will be seriously damaged by that incident for a year or longer.